Good morning, everyone. This is Jeana at Art of Skincare, and this is a momentous day for us. This is our first day hosting our live videos right on our website. So if you are on social media or you're on YouTube, head over to artofskincare.com and you will see my video playing in the bottom right-hand corner. You can click on that, and then you'll be able to see all the items that I'm talking about and the protocol that I'm using today. We also have some free gifts for you. So if you're tuning in on my website, you will get a free NeoGenesis Mini, a travel size eye serum. And it tells you on the page what coupon code to use. You will need to use a coupon code, but you'll need to be on Art of Skincare watching the video live to see that code. This is a code that's only good for today, and it's only good for you guys that are tuning in on Art of Skincare and watching us. So let's get down to business. Today I'm talking about NeoGenesis. And one of the most common questions I get from people is, what order do I apply my NeoGenesis products in? And how do I get the best results out of my NeoGenesis products? So we're going to be answering both of those questions today. At the same time, I'm going to be showing you a NeoGenesis Enzyme facial using Microdermabrasion. The reason I'm showing this facial today is because as you age, cell renewal really slows down. So if you're using the NeoGenesis skincare protocol, but you're not including any, if you're not including good exfoliation in your routine, you're going to slow down your progress. We want to speed up that progress. We want to use some enzymes, and today we're going to use some microdermabrasion to speed up that cell renewal. We're going to be removing some old dead skin cells off the surface, so those new skin cells that have just been bathed in the stem cell cytokines from NeoGenesis, we want those new baby healthy cells to rise up to the surface, and we're going to help do that faster. Now, this is my husband, Michel. He's here with us today, being my client on the bed, and he is very excited to be here. He has been such a trooper. Since this summer, we've been testing some different skincare lines. As you guys know, we test everything before we bring it to you to make sure that we're happy with it, we get the results we want with it. So I had an organic line, I'm not going to say the name of it, one of those top organic lines out there. And I tried it for a few weeks and I was just like, I wasn't enjoying it that much. So I said, Michelle, would you test this line out for me? And he was so sweet. He said, of course I will. So he's been using that line for the last 3 months and using it up. And you know, really his skin has been fine. But what he said to me over the last few weeks is, I can't wait to use this up so I can go back on my NeoGenesis protocol, because he really prefers that. The other line was good because it had a lot of antioxidants in it, but the moisturizer felt a little waxy. He just noticed his skin was not as happy using it, and he didn't enjoy using it as much. So he's very happy. I told him today, listen, if you come and let me give you this facial today, I will give you a full set of NeoGenesis to take home with you, and you can go back on your routine. And he's so happy about that. This guy here, if I forget to bring him skincare products home, he goes on my website and he buys them at full price and has them shipped to him because he believes in them so much. So we're going to be putting him back on his favorite NeoGenesis protocol. I'm going to have that protocol available for you guys so you can see it, but I've also boosted that protocol a little bit. So for his daily home care routine, I have a NeoGenesis routine, but we're boosting it to address some of the deep lines that he gets across his forehead and a little bit of rough texture that he has building up here. So his routine has a few extra steps in it. I will have that protocol available to you guys. What I would encourage you to do is to sign up for our email and our SMS text messaging, because I will be sending out all of my NeoGenesis protocols via text messaging sometime later today or tomorrow. I have gone through, I spent the last couple weeks going through and updating every NeoGenesis routine. So we now have a NeoGenesis routine for deep lines. We have a NeoGenesis routine for repair. We have one for rosacea and sensitive skin. We have one for blemish-prone skin. We have one for menopausal skin. So there are a lot of different protocols that I put the finishing touches on, and they're almost ready to be published. And those of you who are on our email list and get text messages will get a text message when those go live. Celine is manning our live chat today, so she'll be there to answer questions or shoot questions over to me as we're going. And she will pin to the top of our comments the link. If you're not already a subscriber, you can go ahead and use that link right now to subscribe to our emails and text messaging. Okay, let's get started. Enough talking, right? Okay, the first thing I want to do is get some nice hot water going in my bowl. The products I'm using today are on the landing page for this video, so you'll be able to watch and see what I'm using as I go. We're going to start with a good cleanse, and I'm going to be using the NeoGenesis cleanser. This is a very gentle lactic acid based cleanser, and you can see I'm applying it with dry hands. I foam it up in my hands like this, and then I apply it right to the skin. I do this when I'm doing a facial, and I do this on myself. And this is the way Michelle has been trained to do it at home. So you massage that cleanser in well straight onto the skin. And then I'm going to get some warm water on my hands. And then I'm going to emulsify that cleanser. Foam it up. Now, as you guys know, the backbone of any good skincare routine is your cleansing. I recommend, and my clients that do this really love it, do a 2-minute cleansing massage every time you wash your face. It's very firming to the skin. It helps move the lymph along. It rehydrates the skin. Some people are afraid to use cleansers because they think that it's going to over dry their skin. Well, if you're using the right cleanser, it will not do that. A cleanser is supposed to hydrate the skin. And what it does is it breaks that tension, the surface tension on the skin, so that water can actually penetrate and get into the skin. So it's a vital step in rehydrating the skin. It's also super important so that your serums and everything that we apply afterwards can penetrate. If your skin is a hard shell and not permeable, everything's just going to sit on top, and it's not going to get in there and do that good work that you want it to do. The cleansing massage can be the best part of your day. So it feels so good. Just do that. Take that time for yourself. This cleanser is gentle enough that you can use it right over the eye area with no problems. All right. And because this is a special treat, we're going to get the warm towels out. Get a nice warm towel to remove the cleanser. Make sure it's not too warm. How's that feel?
Nice.
Temperature's good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, and make sure I have all the cleanser off the skin. Often likes to hide around the nose and around the lips. Get that off of there. Now we are going to do a three-step exfoliation. And let me say that if you have very sensitive skin, then you might start with a two-step. And with a two-step, you would be using the moisturizing mist, and then we're going to be using our Dermadisc exfoliator. So I'm going to take my Dermadisc right now. I'm using the fine tip That's mostly all I use. There is a medium tip that's a bit stronger, but most of the time I just stick with the fine tip. So I've got that on. Now his skin is not that sensitive. So I'm gonna be using both of these products. Where is it? Not that one. I'm gonna be using the Mandelic 8%, and then I'm gonna be using the Moisture Mist on top of it to keep the skin moist. I'm using the Mandelic 8% because it's a skin brightener. It's also an alpha hydroxy acid that's very gentle. And what an acid does is it goes in between those skin cells and it digests away the glue that holds those skin cells together. So I want to do a good exfoliation. I want those cells to just come right off. So I'm going to apply 1 pump of the Mandelic 8% to his skin. We love this serum. If you're blemish prone, this is the first serum in NeoGenesis that we're gonna put you on, is the Mandelic serum. You'll use that morning and night. And then we usually, if you're not seeing a lot of clearness within 2 or 3 weeks, then we might add the salicylic serum, and we layer the two. So we layer Mandelic and then salicylic serum on top. Okay. I'm gonna let his skin dry because I want that acid to have its effect on those cells. Okay, and now I'm gonna take the moisturizing mist, and Michelle, if you can make sure your eyes are closed and breathe out. Take a deep breath, breathe out. There we go. And I'm just gonna get his skin nice and wet. Now I'm gonna take my Dermadisc. Now I love the Dermadisc. This is a device that we had designed here in Sacramento, California. And it vibrates and it has diamond tips, just like a microdermabrasion, but it does not have suction. So I never have to worry about this device breaking the capillaries on the skin. I've discovered that I really like to use it on wet skin. When I use it on wet skin, it glides a little easier, and I get a great exfoliation with it. How does it feel, Michelle?
Feels great.
It feels good?
Yeah.
Good. So I'm just gently working over his skin until it turns light pink. Any areas that I know he has a buildup of texture, I can do a few extra passes on that area. I am not pushing this or grinding this down into his skin. I am being very light and just letting it smooth over the skin. Great, if you can turn this way. One area that I don't worry too much about for men is where he shaves every day, because he's getting pretty good exfoliation in those areas. So I'm not going to worry too much about going over that area of the skin except very lightly. He does have a little bit of glycation right here, so I am going to go ahead and just stretch that area out. This way they can see. And we'll just give this a nice little exfoliation right here. Pinked it up nicely. Let's do a little bit on the nose. A little on the neck. Let's get a little more moisture going. Let me wet his neck a bit. You can do this on your neck. You can do it all across your chest. I do my chest all the time. I've had a lot of dark pigmentation that's built up, dark spots on my chest, and I really liked how this has lifted off that dark pigmentation. And we've had a lot of people writing reviews on our Dermadisc since they've had it. And one of the neatest things we've heard back is for people who have sensitive skin, who get hyperpigmentation that's just stubborn, doesn't want to go away. That means you have dark spots that don't want to go away. This Dermadisc really helps take care of that. Just doing it once a week with some enzymes, or like I just did with some mandelic acid, really lifts off that dark pigmentation that's on the surface. This eye a little bit. A little more on the forehead. Great, his skin is nice and rosy now. I'm going to remove the diamond tip and I'm going to put on the smooth tip because I'm going to be using this next. The smooth tip is nice and cold. I've kept it in the refrigerator. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply enzymes to his skin. So we just use some acids that are breaking down that intercellular glue. Now I'm going to apply enzymes, and enzymes digest away, eat at the actual dead skin cells. So now we've loosened them up. Now we're going to put some enzymes on there, and the enzymes are going to digest away any loose cells, dead cells that are on the surface. Bit of this in the back of my hand. You can use your fingers to apply this. I'm going to use this little brush. And this often feels a bit tingly, especially if you're just opened it and it's brand new. You're probably going to feel some tingling, and that is normal. It's just their enzymes doing their job. I'm going to put it right over his lips so we get him some lip exfoliation too. Michelle, does it feel tingly?
No, not bad at all.
Great. A bit more. All right, now in order for enzymes to stay active and do their job, they have to stay moist. So what I'm going to do now is I'm grabbing my moisturizing mist, and I'm going to go ahead and spritz Michelle's skin again. So it's nice and wet. And then something that I like to do is take a little bit of these enzymes if it's not feeling too hot, and get right in on the eyebrows and a bit on the eyelid, and let these enzymes do their work on those areas as well. Now, if this were feeling too active on him and kind of stingly, I probably wouldn't do his eyelids. So I would pay attention to how his skin is feeling on this day. Some days even on myself, some days I can put it right on my eyelids, no problems. Other days, maybe I've had some sun or something, and it doesn't feel good to put it there. It's feeling a little too active. So how's it feeling, Michelle?
It's feeling more active now.
More active now, okay. On a
but
scale,
not on the eyes, just on the first places you applied it.
The cheeks where we did all that microdermabrasion.
Yeah.
So it's feeling stingly and hot in those areas. And if we were to rate that and say on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being so hot you just want me to get it off right now, and 1 being you barely feel it, where would you say you were on that scale?
3.
3, good.
3 to 4.
3 to 4, okay. I'm happy if somebody's feeling as high as a 6. If they're any higher than that, then I would probably just take it right off. But I am now going to use the Dermadisc wand, and I'm going to use it on with the buffing, the smooth tip, and it's nice and cold, and I think this is actually going to cool it down and make it feel better for him. So I'm going to give you one more spritz, Michelle. It's coming out your face. It's also probably feeling more active because I added the moisture to it. Enzymes get more active with moisture. Does that feel nice and cool?
Yes.
Yes, this feels so good. This is just going to take that heat out of his cheeks. some of you are probably going to ask me this question if you haven't already over there. What about that mandelic acid you put on? Did you remove that before you added the enzyme? And I did not. However, if I had put that enzyme on him and it was feeling stingly, and I probably would have removed it, but I know his skin's pretty strong, and so I went ahead and left it on there.
Jeana, I've got a question for you.
Great.
While you're doing the mask.
Yes.
So Sonia knows that on the description it talks about using it on dry skin.
Yes.
But I know you also like to use it on wet skin.
Yes.
So when would you choose to use it on dry skin versus wet skin?
That is such a good question, and I anticipated that I was going to get that question. So when I first started with the Dermadisc, and I had a lot of buildup of dry, dead skin cells on my face, I started with it dry. And I think when you're first starting with it, that is a good time to start with it dry. You're just really going to lift up and buff off those dead skin cells. But once you've been doing this every week for 3 or 4 weeks, you're not going to have that buildup on the surface of the skin anymore. And that's when you can be a little more gentle. That's when you can start using it on damp skin. You can use it on the enzymes, the Botnia enzymes. You can use it with Dr. Estes's enzymes. You can use it with a moisturizing mist if you don't want to use any enzymes. Or you can do like I did today and apply a gentle acid and then put the mist on your skin and use it that way. Michelle, are you still feeling hot, or is it feeling the same?
I'd say it's the same. It's still
about the same.
3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I can see that his skin is pretty nice and pink. So some things I could do, if his skin wasn't pink and he was barely feeling it, I could put some saran wrap on his face and I could wrap it in a warm towel, and that would intensify it. I don't want to do that since his skin is already feeling really active. I don't want to use a hot towel and make it more active. So I do want to remove with a towel. And what I'm going to do though is make sure it's not too hot. I'm going to cool it off pretty well. There we go. Leaving his nose out so he can breathe. So what I love about this Dermadisc is that you do have so many ways you can customize your treatment. And so I love that you have this already at home. You've used it on dry skin. Now play with it and use it on wet skin. See what your skin likes best. And it's fun to share with you guys as I develop more ways of using it. It's fun to share with you guys new things to do with it. We call this art of skincare because when I was in a treatment room, I rarely did the same facial twice. I was always customizing my treatments, changing up my protocols, trying new things and experimenting, because I really came to find that skincare is an art. Treating the skin is an art, and I really developed a passion and a love for really creating customized routines, not only for facials, but also for home care routines. And so that really is the basis of Art of Skincare, and that's why we have our consultation program for you guys, so that you can consult with us and we can help to customize a routine for you. I do share all of my protocols as I write them, but it's even better if we can customize it for you. One way that you can get help with customizing that we just started is that if you're a member of Art of Skincare, that means that you've created an account with us. You can go to our reward center and you can do a skincare checkup. Or anytime you get new products from us, you can fill out a skincare checkup, and one of my estheticians will go over what skincare products you're using at home, and they'll make it, they'll help you choose what you should add next. They'll help you to integrate any new products you've just gotten. Or sometimes, a lot of times, we have clients that have just too many products, and sometimes like duplicate kind of products but from different brands. We'll help you narrow it down. Sometimes we take away products and say, well, let's use these up, and then we'll use those up, then we'll go to these and use those up. But we really help you to fine-tune your skincare so that you're getting the best results. out of it. All right, so his skin is looking amazing. Any tingling or now? Any tingling?
Mm-hmm. Oh, just on my upper lip.
Upper lip. We have a little enzyme left on there. Okay, how's that?
Great.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we've completed our exfoliation. We've done a 3-phase exfoliation. We did mandelic acid, we did microdermabrasion, and then we did enzymes. So this is like a triple facial, a triple exfoliation facial, but it was all very gentle on the skin. My next step, and when you go in and you have a facial in a spa or somewhere like that, there's usually basic steps that most facials follow. And the first step is going to be cleansing, then there's going to be the exfoliation stage, and then there's going to be usually maybe some extractions and some massage, and then they do a nourishing mask. And so that's what we're going to do next. We're going to do the Volcanic Ash Mask from NeoGenesis. I love this mask because it's very soothing and calming. Also, Michelle tends to have larger pores through his T-zone, so this is going to be very refining for those pores. It's going to pull toxins, any little leftover bits of sebum or cellular debris in the pore. It's going to pull that out of there. And it's going to calm down that redness, the little pinkness that he has. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and use my fingers. Let's get it on there. I got it right onto his eyes. Sorry about that, but I don't think it'll hurt. I'll use a wipe to get it off there in a minute here. When we use our fingers, we get it more everywhere, but it's often what you're using at home, and it's perfectly fine. We use our brushes in a treatment room just for this reason, so we don't get it in our clients' eyes and in their nostrils. Okay. And Michelle, that should feel probably a little bit tingly too, but also, yes. Mm-hmm. So anytime you've done the dermadisc and done some microdermabrasion, everything you add after that is going to feel a little bit tingly. Even when you put your moisturizer on, it's going to feel a little bit tingly because we've abraded the skin. We've made tiny little minute injuries to the skin, and the skin's a little bit open. So on a scale of 1 to 10 again, Michelle, if 10 is, oh, it feels awful, get it off right now, and 1 being, I barely feel it, where are you feeling it?
Yeah, I'd say it's a 3.
3 again, okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna get it off his eyelid. Now the Volcanic mask, you can leave it on just until it dries. If you want to be able to leave it on a little extra time, you can spritz it with some moisturizing mist or get your hands wet and re-dampen it and let it dry again. I'm just going to let it dry 1 time on him. But if you had some blackheads that you're really worried about, you know, a lot of buildup in your pores, you could re-wet this mask several times in that T-zone area to really help pull those impurities out of the skin. Okay, so we have a giveaway today. While we're letting the mask dry on Michelle's face, the first 3 people to comment in on the website, on the video page, to comment in your favorite NeoGenesis product and your age, your favorite product, and why you love that product. The first 3 people to do that are going to get today a free moisturizing mist from NeoGenesis and a free cleanser from NeoGenesis. And don't forget, we have a coupon for you guys to use if you want to get the free eye serum for NeoGenesis. Use that coupon code. It's good with anything that you purchase on the website today. We're drying up nicely. When Celine has those top 3, she'll start shouting over here to me what the products are that you guys love.
Salicylic acid,
Oh, the salicylic serum. I love that. And what's the age of our person?
Paula, 63.
Paula is 63. She loves salicylic serum. Maybe if you could add in, Paula, why you love that serum for us.
It gets rid of acne fast.
Gets rid of acne fast. That's really awesome. Really awesome. And so salicylic acid is an anti-inflammatory, and it also has some antibacterial properties. So for somebody who gets breakouts, who has sensitive skin or rosacea skin, that salicylic serum is amazing. Now, if Paula was still having trouble breaking out after using salicylic serum for a month or so, she could layer the mandelic serum over the top of it. And that would accelerate her exfoliation and help if she's needing a little extra clearing. But with her age and her use of it with salicylic serum, she's probably doing just fine. It's going to be perfect for her. Now, I will mention, I'm so glad that Paula brought this up, because salicylic serum has a scent that, it's not a scent, it just has a different odor. Okay, when you go to put it on, it's like maybe putting some yogurt or something on your face. It's just like not exactly pleasant, not really bad, but not pleasant either. And what you need to know is that it goes away really fast. And they have tried changing the scent, because it's just the scent of the natural ingredients in there. It's a little funky, but it works really well. And we've tried working with them and kind of adding some different scents and things, and nothing is better. It's just best to leave it the way it is, and then add your other moisturizers and things on top, and then the smell, the funky smell, won't bother you at all. And you also get used to it after the first few times that you use it. Okay, Celine, what next?
Nikki is 40, loves Barrier Renewal Cream.
Nikki, 40, loves Barrier Renewal Cream.
It makes her skin super soft.
It makes her skin super soft. I love that. So Barrier Renewal Cream is a cream that can be used by itself, or oftentimes we use it on top of another moisturizer, especially in the NeoGenesis line. When we use it on top of another moisturizer because it's that barrier protection. It protects your skin from transepidermal water loss. Have you ever noticed that after a day of being in a heated environment where it's really dry, or in the dry desert, halfway through the day you look at your skin and it's just not glowing anymore. It's looking dry, or it's looking dehydrated. That's transepidermal water loss. So Barrier Renewal is an acne-safe cream that actually helps protect that barrier of your skin so that you're not losing that water. So when we have clients with NeoGenesis, there's kind of 3 different ways you can moisturize with NeoGenesis. If you have an oily skin type, you might just use the NeoGenesis Moisturizing Mist and then put on your Barrier Renewal. Or if you have kind of a combo skin, you might use the Moisturizer Light, which is what Michelle really likes to use. And then you could use a little bit of the Barrier Renewal on top. Or if you're me and you just love to glow all day, then you use the Intensive Moisturizer, which I have it around here somewhere, but who knows where it is right now. Intensive Moisturizer, I put that on, and then I put my Barrier Renewal on top of that, and then I put on my sunscreen, and that really keeps my skin well protected. With Michelle's routine, what I'm going to be having him do on his daily protocol is I'm going to have him use the Moisturizing Mist, and then I'm going to have him put on Barrier Renewal. That'll be his hydration sequence. And then for sunscreen, he loves to use his Clinical Eclipse. So he'll use that as his sunscreen, and those 3 work very well together. So his skin is really nice and dry. Any more tingling?
Nope.
No, once it's dry, no more tingle left. Now, one thing to know about volcanic ash is that if I use one of my nice white towels or face cloth to remove this, it's going to be hard to get it white again. So what I'm going to use is from the Clean Skin Club. This is one of their face towels. I'm going to get it wet. And I'm going to start by just gently laying it over his face. Because what I want to do is I just want to re-moisten that mask. Okay, Celine, what was the 3rd person?
Kathy.
Kathy.
Recovery. She's 66.
Kathy's 66 and she loves recovery serum. I love that. Why does she love it?
She didn't say.
Oh, Kathy, tell us why you love recovery serum. What problem did it solve for you? Or do you just like that it's really keeping your skin healthy and your cells healthy?
So our top 3 are Paula, Nikki, and Kathy.
Paula, Nikki, and Kathy were our top 3 who are going to win these. Now what you need to do is those 3 people need to email us at glow@artofskincare.com, and we need to have your name. Actually, I have a better way. What I need you to do is reach out to our live chat if you need to. Well, first of all, sorry you guys. Back up.
There's 2 Nikkis. So the Nikki who mentioned barrier renewal cream.
Okay, Nikki who uses barrier renewal cream.
And then, so I skipped the other Nikki. I thought it was the same person. So it's actually, there's 2 Nikkis that won. It wasn't Kathy, it was Nikki's comment.
Well, then let's give one to Kathy too. We'll give
Kathy
2 Nikkis.
Yes.
2 Nikkis, Paula and Kathy. We'll give away 4 gifts. And what I want you to do is, if you don't already have one, go to Art of Skincare and sign up and create yourself an account. Then go and email Celine at glow@artofskincare. Tell her you are a winner and what your name is. And then she can she can go to your account and she can have this shipped out to you. All right. Kind of complicated, but we need you to create an account so that we have your address and everything in our system so that we can mail you your prize. This is wiping off really nicely.
2 Nikkis, both with 2 Ks. And they're both 40. It's amazing.
2 40-year-old Nikkis.
And they both spell their name with 2 Ks.
With 2 Ks. Well, that's great. They're both winners today. So they both like the same product?
No.
Oh,
so
what was the other product?
The second Nikki. Let me go back.
Nikki 2. What is Nikki 2 like?
Sorry, I gotta scroll back up here. So the second Nikki loves recovery serum. She says it makes my face awesome.
Nikki 2 likes recovery serum and she says it makes her skin awesome. That's so great. Now, recovery serum was originally designed to be used for people who are recovering from a surgery or an injury or a laser treatment. But I tell you guys, we've all fallen in love with it. I'm right there with you, and even Michelle. We all love recovery and we use it every day. So good. So Michelle in the morning likes to use the booster serum because he tends to get a little bit of pinkness on his cheeks. And in the nighttime, he uses the recovery serum.
So Kathy loves recovery because
Yes.
it takes care of fine lines and wrinkles.
Kathy says that the recovery serum takes care of her fine lines and wrinkles, and it's amazing. So what I will tell you guys who are watching, who haven't tried these products yet, is that sometimes you might see instant results using your recovery serum, but most likely it's going to take a few months because the recovery serum is going down and making your cells healthier, and those damaged old cells have to exfoliate off before the new, fresh, healed, stronger, healthier baby cells rise up to the surface. So that's why it's important to do this facial once a week, or do your enzymes. Just do an enzyme mask twice or 3 times a week. Really important to keep your exfoliation going in order to get those results that you want. And when you exfoliate the skin well, it can really drink up the recovery serum. And most people find that if they're exfoliating properly, they only have to use 1 pump of recovery serum because they don't have all those dry skin cells sitting on the surface just sucking it all up so quickly. And when those dry cells are just sucking it up, it's not really getting to those deeper layers of where we want it to be. All right, let's get the last of this volcanic mask away from his nose. Look at that. It looks so nice. Feels so good. Any tingling now, Michelle?
Not really.
Not really?
It feels fresh and vibrant.
Feels very fresh and alive. Like we have good energy going there. And that's good. We don't want stagnation in the skin. We want good lymph movement, oxygenation happening, and good blood flow. Those are all things that keep our skin youthful. Now, next step, if Michelle was doing his normal skincare routine on a daily basis, he would now use his toner pads. He's going to be using the Hevatox toner pads, but because we've already done so much exfoliation, you don't need to use your normal toner on a day when you've done all this other exfoliation. So a lot of people ask me, do you put toner on first or do you put recovery serum on first? And so let me tell you, if you're using an active toner, such as brightening pigment lotion from Rhonda Ellison, or you're using the Hevatox pads, you would use those first. You want to rub those in really well. They're part of your exfoliation. Put them on, let them dry completely, and then put on your pump of recovery serum. So I'm going to grab my recovery serum now. I'm going to do one pump. And one pump is gliding on his skin really nicely. It's perfectly set up for it. I'm going to grab the eye serum, and Michelle loves to use this. He uses it twice a day.
Okay, Jeana, I've got a good question for you.
Okay, a good question coming at me.
Are all fibroblast conditioned media equal in effectiveness?
Well, no. I mean, are we talking about from Face Reality? I mean, from NeoGenesis? Or are we talking about like from
Just
brand
in
to brand?
general. Just in general, I think.
Well, it all is going to depend. It's going to depend on the lab. It's going to depend on how things are cared for. NeoGenesis does all of their extractions and everything in-house in their own lab, so that they are assured of the potency, and so I would say it's kind of like saying, are all vitamin C serums great and equal? They're not. It all depends on formulation. It depends on what they're using to deliver the ingredients into the skin, what kind of delivery system they have. It depends on if they're using chirally correct ingredients. So the basic answer to that would be no, they're not all the same, and it depends on a lot of other things. Okay, we've got our eye serum on, we've got recovery serum on. Now what do I want to put on? Oh, I want to, well, wait. I have an idea, but I want to wait on it. Okay, I want to add some moisturizing mist. This is going to be his moisturizer for today. Moisturizing mist, so you can take a nice deep breath and exhale. There you go. Let's work this moisturizer into his skin. Beautiful. All right, and now we're going to grab some barrier renewal cream. Now, if you only wanted to use 2 things from NeoGenesis, or maybe you have a husband that's not going to use a lot of different things, you would probably, from NeoGenesis, you would probably want him to use maybe the skin serum, or you might choose to have him use a moisturizer light or the intensive moisturizer. All of those have the stem cell cytokines in them. Barrier renewal cream, cytokines, because it's protecting the surface, where the light moisturizing, the moisturizing mist, the light moisturizer, and the intensive moisturizer, those are all feeding the skin. So those all have stem cell cytokines in them. Barrier renewal does not. But I do have a lot of men that use barrier renewal because they have very sensitive skin and they just like the way this moisturizer feels on their skin. Especially if they're an older gentleman with drier skin. Younger men tend to like the light moisturizer or that moisturizing mist that I just used. Now, I know that Michelle's been telling me that he's starting to get little lines around his lips. He used to tease me about my cute lines around my lips, and now he's getting them too. So I'm going to use some of Is Clinical's Lip Elixir, and I'm just going to apply that to his lips and the skin surrounding his lip area. We keep this next to our toothbrushes, and every time you brush your teeth, you apply this, just like clockwork. You don't brush your teeth without applying your lip elixir. Just really good for the long-term health of that tissue around your lips. Okay, sunscreen. Oh, well, this is what I wanted to talk about really quick. MB1. I don't use this with Michelle. He doesn't have breakout problems, but those of you with breakout issues love the MB1 mist. This has natural antibodies in it, natural probiotics in it. It is going to really boost your microbiota of your face, your microbiome. And the way to use it is to spray it on last everything else. In fact, you would even spray it on after. I would put his sunscreen on and then spray this on. The reason I'm bringing it up now is because MB1 does not ship well in the summer months. So as it starts getting warmer here in California, we stop carrying it until the weather cools again. So what I wanted to let you guys know is that we have 3 more bottles of this. When those are gone, that's it for this spring. We won't have it again until fall. So if you love to use the MB1 skin mist, there's just 3 left. Go on there and get yourself one, and use the code today so you also get a free eye serum. And let's get Michelle's sunscreen. Oh no, we can't do sunscreen yet because I told you guys we were working on his deep lines. So his forehead is so amazing. My granddaughter calls this his crumbly forehead. These crumbly lines. And what we love to use on these lines, it's never gonna take away his lines. But what we find is it makes them less severe, and that after making an expression, they smooth back out more nicely. It has more elasticity and bounce back. And that's when we use the Hevatox system. So we talked about, this is his toner, the Hevatox pads. And then we use the Hevatox Gold Ampule. This is our little Botox in a bottle. Just going to use about 1/4 of a, whatever that thing's called. Syringe. Thank you, Ben. 1/4 of a syringe. And I'm going to apply it onto his forehead. Gently work it into those little lines. And now I'm going to grab my skin wand. This is a nano infuser, so it's like microneedling, but no needles, and it really pushes things into the skin. So it has 3 settings. It has a blue, and then it has green, and then the highest setting is red. If I were to use red, that is for peeling the skin. So I just want to drive this into his skin, so I'm going to keep it on the lowest setting, just on green, and I'm going to go right over the serum and work it into each of those lines. Now the gold serum actually has gold flecks, and if you guys could, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, the little gold flecks up here. But when I use this, the nano infuser is breaking up those gold flecks and really pushing it down into the skin. Now I'm just going to go over each of these little lines till they turn nice and pink. I'm not pushing hard on the skin. I'm just gliding gently over. Does it hurt, Michelle?
No.
No. No pain. Is it a little stingly at all since we did the microdermabrasion first?
No.
No. He's not feeling any discomfort. Did the barrier renewal sting at all when I put it on?
No.
No. Good. Don't be alarmed though if you've done microdermabrasion and you put barrier renewal on and it does sting a little bit, because it does on me. It's not hurting you. It's just letting you know that, yep, you've abraded your skin. Got a little extra here so I can get his little crow's feet. And I get this question a lot. People ask me what to do about their crow's feet, and some of them as young as in their 20s. And what I like to say about crow's feet is that crow's feet are smile lines. They're actually beautiful, and they give your skin some texture, they give it some personality. I actually like crow's feet. What we don't want, though, is a buildup of glycation and a thickening in the texture of the skin around that area. We want to keep it healthy. But, you know, we're never going to get rid of our expression lines unless we use something like Botox. And I don't want to get rid of my expression lines. I don't want to get rid of Michelle's expression lines. I actually think they're beautiful and they're part of who he is, and they make him more human. I actually think it's more spooky, so to say, when somebody has no expression lines. It makes me uncomfortable. Or if they have no expressions. If they've had so much Botox they can't make expressions anymore, I find that to be disconcerting, and I don't think it's beautiful. We've come to think of that as being beautiful, and I really want to change that and reprogram that in all of us, that our expression lines are part of who we are. They give us personality, and they make us beautiful. They make us who we are. So I'm doing all of this on his forehead, not to change those lines or get rid of them, really. I just want the skin to be glowy and healthy, and I couldn't even take them away if I wanted to with this, but it's really going to soften those lines up. And so the skin looks really nice and healthy and not leathery and rugged. Question.
I have a great question.
Okay, Celine has a question. Come over here so they can hear you in the mic.
What serum do you use on the third level of the Skin Wand Pro, which is technically the most exfoliating?
Yes, when I am using that strongest setting, I am going to use the Moisturizing Mist. Where is it? Right here. I'm going to use Moisturizing Mist the first time. And you'll probably find within 2 or 3 days you have a light layer of skin coming off. It's really cool. If you don't, and you find that you can take it up a little bit, then go ahead and use either the salicylic serum or use the mandelic serum, and then spritz the skin with the Moisturizing Mist and go over it. What other things have I used? I have used with it, if you have a particularly stubborn dark spot, you can use Rhonda Allison's Natural Mega Brightening Serum. Put it on that spot and use the Skin Wand to penetrate that in and cause that to peel off. I've used it with Nellie DeVoe's Lifting Peptides. You can use it that way as well. You could also, if you have more sensitive skin, you could just use Rhonda Allison's Brightening Pigment Tonic. Spray your skin with the Brightening Pigment Tonic and then use your Skin Wand on the peel setting and go over the skin. Drive in that Bellus perennis and all those good ingredients that help to lighten and brighten the skin and that actually help to suppress that overreaction of melanin in the skin. So there's some fun things that you can use it with. Ooh, looks so good. Now I can put on sunscreen if I find it. Where'd I put it? Oh no, I got one. I grabbed one. All right, everybody, hold on for a minute. I'm going to go find the sunscreen. I'll be right back. Here's one. We always have a sunscreen around here somewhere. And then this one is our Clear Choice. This is an SPF 45. It's called Sport Shield. But, you know, when you think Sport Shield, you think it's going to be heavy, thick. It's not any of those. I wish they would just take the name Sport off of it because it feels so nice. All of our acne clients use this stuff. It blends into the skin really beautifully, leaves no white casting. It's chemical free, and yet it does not leave any ghosting from the zinc at all. Goes on completely clear, as you can see. Michelle's got a medium complexion, and even with his Eclipse, when he first puts it on, he has to rub it in or you will see that zinc. But with this Clear Choice, you don't see it at all. In fact, I know he's going to be grabbing this and using it when he plays tennis this summer. All right, so this is the last couple minutes here. If you're watching this video and you're on YouTube or you're on social media, Facebook, go ahead and go over to artistskincare.com. Check us out and continue watching the video there, because that's where you can see all the products that I've used, and it's where you can find the code so that with your next order, anything that you order today, actually, if you order something today and you use that code, you're going to get a free travel size of the NeoGenesis eye serum. So that's a really great thing for you guys. And then also, there is a link there to where to go to sign up to subscribe to our newsletter and to my text messages. I don't overdo it. I try not to send you guys too many things. I try to keep it really educational, talking about new things or new techniques or ways to combine products to really boost the results that you get. If you sign up for SMS today, tomorrow I'll be sending out a message with a link to you guys so that you can see all of the new NeoGenesis protocols that I have just written for this year. We'll have a brightening protocol, we have a menopause protocol, we have a blemished skin protocol. I'm going to put Michelle's protocol on there for deep lines, and also just a basic NeoGenesis routine. If you just want a really nice, simple, easy to do, you're a minimalist routine, I have you covered on that. So Celine, do we have any other questions to answer before we finish for today?
I got a really sweet message.
Okay, Celine's going to read us a sweet message.
I think this is a really great way to end out the day.
Okay.
It's totally so Artist Skincare. Jenny says, I feel like we are enhancing and bringing out, not covering ourselves up. That is why I love Artist Skincare so much. Thank you. Love you guys. I love that.
Thank you, Jenny. I love that too. We are enhancing ourselves instead of covering up or looking for a miracle, but enhancing ourselves and embracing who we are. I really love that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We will be coming on live on the website like this every Tuesday at 11:30. We're actually also going to be adding in another day a week where we're just going to talk about acne, and it's going to be our acne workshop. So for those of you who are interested in acne care, reach out. Let me know what time and what day you think would be best for us to do our second live session each week to talk about acne. And also let us know if you're interested. If that's something that you would like to learn more about. We want to really make an opportunity where our clients who deal with acne or who are in our acne coaching program can actually come on, watch demonstrations of different treatments that we do, and actually be able to ask questions live like you guys could do today. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for joining me. It's so much fun. Congratulations on our winners. That's so